nice video. Good morning, everyone. I'm Hermawan Kristanto from XLSmart. I know I'm very tall, like a BVT tower, because we are this business. And maybe some of you are wondering why BVT partnership with telco providers, because we are very close with the customers. Next slide. Next. Okay. I want to do a quick survey. Like you can say it before. Next. Any one of you using Telkomsel? I believe all of you guys having phone numbers. Telkomsel users? Raise your hand. Next. Next. Who is using Telkomsel numbers here? Okay. Indosat, radio. Okay. XL? Smart Trade? Anyone? Smart Trade? Oh. And Axis? Anyone? Axis? I think it's represent the market share. 40%, 30%, and 30%. So, Bapak and Ibu, telco is having a lot of data, I can tell you. You can see on the left, on the right, on the side. Here, China is number one. Of course, they have the most population, 1.5 billion population. They have internet connection around 1.1 billion. India, and lucky us, we have 212. Not bad. From all the population that we have now, this number, say 285 million. But the number of mobile connection is more than that. Some of us maybe have one or two numbers. Of course, we have Asian. Maybe some of you have smartphone, also Excel in one phone number, dual SIM. It's more than 125% of mobile connection. And then if we compare Indonesia with the Southeast Asia, the internet adoption now is not that bad, 78.2%. And where are we compared with other countries in Southeast Asia? Maybe you haven't seen this, because of there's a check for that. But Brunei, of course, is number one with only like 500,000 population, of course, it's almost 100%, 99%. Singapore is maybe number 2, 98%. Philippines, 84%. And then, unlikely, Timor-Leste is still 54%. So the message from this slide is basically, telco own the data. Just a matter how we can monetize and utilize this data set to become something that is true about business, especially for the B2B enterprise businesses. And we get a big news on March and April this year. I just mentioned the brands, right? They have XLSmart, Smart and Axis. We are being merged, Bapak Ibu. On March this year, in April this year, these two companies being merged from Smartfren, part of Sinarmas Group, and Axiata, now become XLSmart. It's already published in the news. So, what is the implication for us combining these two giant companies? Of course, please back on the slide. Next slide, please. Of course, the assets also combined, like married, we combine the asset from both family, from Axiata and Sinarmas. Subscribers now increase, almost 100 million. Maybe Telkomsel say they have 150 million. Maybe Indosat say they have 120 million. Right? And then BTS tower, we hope we have more than 200,000 BTS towers. National. And these years, we are committed to add more than 8,000 BTS towers for area that doesn't have any coverage. And then the fiber, we have 140,000 fibers. Next slide. Next. See, our BTS is 800,000 and backbone national in Indonesia, 350 kilometers, by thousands kilometers. If you compare with Earth's circumference, 40 kilometers something, 40,000 kilometers something, it's like you are circling the Earth like 8.5 times. So we have built a lot of backbone inland, submarine, satellite, and so on. This all information and data asset that we have now become a big data. How we can monetize this and make this useful for business. All right, next. Next. So this location related with BVT is part of our new product solution. And just give you a bit update that all telco now, they're not just doing the mobility business. We're not just selling data plan, we're not just selling voice or SMS, because this business is being there for more than 20 years. And the market trend for the subscribers, it's almost saturated. You can see that from the first slide that number of device more than population, meaning that to selling phone numbers, it's very difficult and tough, right? That's why we come up with a new business, this B2B business, and this is the product portfolio that we have in a glance, right? We have digital telco and big data. We be able to generate a telco scoring for financial based on the telco behavior, and we can expose that to an API. Of course, we have complied with all the BVT and the regulation in Indonesia. All right? And number two, of course, this is our core business. We have a connectivity, can provide you with internet connection. We are also partnership with a lot of giant companies like Google, AWS, Alibaba, and so on. ICT, IoT, private network, and AI, 5G. We are also on that direction. We are building our AI chatbot, talkbot, and digital assistant, especially for AI contact center. And this new solution is something new for us. It's something new that can be new things that can be hyped this year. Because it is new collaboration, we are combining data from telco and from BVT. Next. So what the data that we have? See, we have 96 million of mobility signals, right? It's in a day, I can tell you that we are processed around 50 petabyte of data. It's really huge. And it's covered like 30% of Indonesian population. We can see their movement. Like today I travel from Cibubur to Jakarta, to this place. Then I can see where is my route, where is my origin, and where I go, the destination. What time I go, what kind of application that I use. Am I listening to Spotify? Am I listening to other streaming apps? Telco have those information. We also understand the demography, the device, what device they use, and so on. Number two, we also able to identify what kind of application that the device being used, what currently active. So applications like banking, Gojek, Shopee, others, million of applications that we want to see and track, and able to identify that and use that for business need. And then, of course, we know about the ARPU, financial average revenue per user. Bapak Ibu, in a month, maybe spend like 100K, maybe less, maybe 40K. In Indonesia, just for information, for ARPU is one of the lowest in Asia. 40 in a month, in average. Maybe most of us here streaming maybe spend like 70K, 80K, 100K. But we can make a segmentation based on this criteria. Right? Next. Now, social economic status. We can combine the data from BVT, like based on income bracket from certain amount of income, education level, and occupation. I think the first center already tell about it, and 2.8 million of POI database. And also, BVT also doing a good move that they are also engaged with property market leaders like Ray White and Telkom Property and so on. So when this location is ready spot, which place that I can open a new coffee shop, for example, this location can pinpoint which property that you can hire or you can rent in that specific location. You can talk directly with Ray White or others. Okay, next. This is one example, right? I think if we do here, for the youngers, love to play paddles. Everybody talks about paddles, right? It's become like a new FOMO. Indonesian like something new. Huh? Like myself, I want to try to do this sometime. And for paddle, there is a 3 popular applications that being accessible, like IO, Corsan, and Glora. They're able to identify which are these locations of these 3 applications. Kebon Siri, Sterni, maybe in here, sorry, maybe in BSE, or how a very like a kelurahan or RT, we can do that, right? After we able to identify the specific location or identify the potential customer who will love to have a nearby paddle park nearby the house, then next we can combine those information with this BVT big data based on their specific demographics, SES, and frequent point of interest. Maybe we can derive a profile whether the paddle lover they like coffee so much. What kind of coffee? Foray coffee, kopi kenangan coffee, or Starbucks. So we can make those kind of analysis based on certain criteria combined with this information. And next, we can also confirm which land that perfect to open a new court. Ray White, Telkom Property, and so on. They already collaborate with that, and then they can analyze, oh, this is the best spot on opening a new court. Okay, next slide. Next one, next slide. Same thing for the case study for F&B rents and expansion. The same story, be able to identify the high density area from the 95 million of mobility signal, which shown that already have a high movement, right? Based on ARPU that more than 10-50K, for example. Next. And then we also apply an algorithm based on the hotels, nearby hotel, offices, or shopping centers, and maybe competitors in the area. Next. And then we can also identify top areas. We can like what the first person say that this area has the most potential based on the scores that generated by the system. Correct? This is the second one. And the third one, next. All right. See, if you want to open or place an ads in a specific location, then we can target that based on the device. Telco have a capability to track and identify what kind of device that is being used to particular hotspots. Number 2, on location. If you have a specific location or prime location, then we can able to give you an insight what kind of ads that's suitable in that place. And then the target behavior. We can identify whether these 96 million of users, or maybe in that area, in Cibubur, for example, they love gyms, they love culinary, or they love going to malls. Because we already have micro segmentation based on the telco behaviors. Yes. Based on their historical data. Right? And then you can adjust in real time. Based on
on the logic that we apply into specific location in ads, for example. We can give a logic based on maybe like a year historical data on this day, on this time, then you should show these ads. You can able to do that as well. There is an integration that will be done by this with BVT platform with XLSmart database. And of course, at the end of the day, business is about return of investment, right? By having this analysis, then we expect that average of ROI can be faster than just guessing. Like, okay, I think this is good one, let's put it there. But we can measure what kind of criteria that we want to put. I mean, when we decide to put them. Advertising. I think that's all for today from XLSmart. Thank you very much. Happy to have answer question in panelist session. Thank you.
Alright, thank you very much, Pak Hermawan, for the amazing presentation before. Yes, actually, we